At the buoy 125 nautical miles east of New Smyrna Beach, air temperature 63 and the water temperature 76, seas 6 feet with a period of 9 seconds. At the buoy 8 nautical miles northeast of Fort Pierce Inlet, air temperature 58 degrees, north wind at 70 knots, gusting to 23. At the buoy 6 nautical miles northeast of Fort Pierce Inlet, water temperature 67, seas 4 feet with a period of 9 seconds. Marine forecast for the following: coastal waters from the Volusia-Brevard County line to Sebastian Inlet out to 20 nautical miles. Small craft should exercise caution. Tonight, north winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Wave detail, north 5 feet at 8 seconds and northeast 1 foot at 13 seconds. Choppy on the intracoastal waters. Wednesday, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Wave detail, north 5 feet at 8 seconds. A moderate chop on the intracoastal waters. Wednesday night, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 knots after midnight. Seas 3 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Wave detail, north 4 feet at 6 seconds and northeast 4 feet at 10 seconds. Choppy on the intracoastal waters. Thursday, north winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Wave detail, north 5 feet at 6 seconds and north 4 feet at 9 seconds. Choppy on the intracoastal waters. Thursday night, north winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Wave detail, north 4 feet at 8 seconds. A light chop on the intracoastal waters. Friday, east winds around 10 knots, becoming southeast in the afternoon. Seas 3 feet. Wave detail, northeast 3 feet at 8 seconds. A light chop on the intracoastal waters. Friday night, south winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Choppy on the intracoastal waters. A slight chance of showers after midnight. Saturday, southwest winds 15 to 20 knots, becoming west in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Choppy on the intracoastal waters. A chance of showers in the morning, then a slight chance of showers in the afternoon. Saturday night, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. A light chop on the intracoastal waters. Sunday, northwest winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. A light chop on the intracoastal waters. Sunday night, northwest winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas 2 feet. Mostly smooth on the intracoastal waters. Marine forecast for the following: waters from the Volusia-Brevard County line to Sebastian Inlet extending from 20 to 60 nautical miles. Small craft advisory in effect through late tonight. Tonight, north winds 15 to 20 knots, diminishing to 10 to 15 knots late. Seas 6 to 8 feet, occasionally to 10 feet. Wave detail, north 8 feet at 8 seconds and northeast 6 feet at 8 seconds. A slight chance of showers this evening. Wednesday, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 5 to 6 feet, occasionally to 8 feet. Wave detail, north 4 feet at 8 seconds and northeast 4 feet at 8 seconds. Wednesday night, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet, occasionally to 9 feet. Wave detail, northwest 7 feet at 7 seconds and northeast 4 feet at 9 seconds. Thursday, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet, occasionally to 10 feet. Wave detail, north 8 feet at 8 seconds and northeast 2 feet at 9 seconds. Thursday night, north winds 15 to 20 knots, becoming northeast 10 to 15 knots after midnight. Seas 5 to 7 feet, occasionally to 9 feet. Wave detail, north 7 feet at 8 seconds. Friday, east winds around 10 knots, becoming southeast in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Wave detail, north 4 feet at 7 seconds and northeast 3 feet at 8 seconds. Friday night, south winds 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 20 to 25 knots after midnight. Seas 4 feet, building to 5 to 6 feet, occasionally to 8 feet after midnight. A slight chance of showers after midnight. Saturday, southwest winds 25 to 30 knots, becoming west 20 to 25 knots in the afternoon. Seas 5 to 7 feet, occasionally to 9 feet. A chance of showers. Saturday night, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots, diminishing to 10 to 15 knots after midnight. Seas 3 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Sunday, northwest winds around 10 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet, occasionally to 6 feet. Sunday night, northwest winds around 10 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Gulf Stream hazards, north winds 15 to 20 knots, and seas 6 to 8 feet. The approximate location of the west wall of the Gulf Stream based on the real-time ocean forecast system as of Monday, January 6th. 41 nautical miles east of Ponce Inlet. 31 nautical miles east of Port Canaveral. 26 nautical miles east of Sebastian Inlet. 19 nautical miles east of Fort Pierce Inlet. 12 nautical miles east of St. Lucie Inlet. The Orlando International Climate Summary for this evening, as of 5 p.m., January 7, 2025. Today's high temperature was 57 degrees. The normal high is 72. The record high is 85 degrees, which was last set in 1947. Today's low temperature was 41 degrees. The normal low is 49. The record low is 30 degrees, which was set in 2010. No precipitation fell today, which leaves the monthly total at a trace. This is 0.52 inches below the normal amount of 0.52 inches for January. The total precipitation for the year still stands at a trace, which is 0.52 inches below normal. Sunset tonight is at 5:45 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:19 a.m. The Sanford Climate Summary for this evening, as of 5 p.m., January 7, 2025. Today's high temperature was 56 degrees. The normal high is 71. The record high is 85 degrees, which was set in 2007. Today's low temperature was 39 degrees. The normal low is 50. The record low is 27 degrees, which was set in 2010. No precipitation fell today, which leaves the monthly total at 0.03 inches. This is 0.44 inches below the normal amount of 0.47 inches for January. The total precipitation for the year still stands at 0.03 inches, which is 0.44 inches below normal. Sunset tonight is at 5:44 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:19 a.m. Frost advisory for the following counties in Florida: inland Volusia, Northern Lake and Southern Lake. Frost advisory in effect from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. What? Temperatures as low as 35 will result in frost formation. Where? Along and west of I-95 in Volusia County and all of Lake County. When? From 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. Impacts: frost could harm sensitive outdoor vegetation. Sensitive outdoor plants may be killed if left uncovered. Take steps now to protect tender plants from the cold. The current time is 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This hazardous weather outlook is for East Central Florida. Day 1, this afternoon and tonight. Excessive cold impact, cold temperatures persist. A frost advisory is in effect late tonight for Lake County and west of I-95 in Volusia County. Elsewhere over the interior, patchy frost remains possible. Coldest wind chills overnight are forecast in the low to mid-30s for all but the immediate Treasure Coast. Rip current and surf impact, a moderate risk of life-threatening rip currents, in addition to a strong, southward-flowing longshore current, exists at all central Florida Atlantic beaches. Always swim near a lifeguard and never enter the water alone. Wind and sea impact, poor to hazardous boating conditions continue, with northwest winds 15 to 20 knots, and seas up to 6 to 8 feet in the Gulf Stream. A small craft advisory remains for the offshore waters until 10 p.m. Days 2 through 7, Wednesday through Monday. Cold mornings are forecast to continue through the work week. Lows in the 30s to mid-40s are forecast. Wind chills will range from the upper 20s to mid-30s, especially north of Interstate 4. Patchy to areas of frost will be possible in colder, wind-sheltered locations. A moderate to high risk of rip currents is expected to continue through at least the middle of the week. Episodes of poor to hazardous boating conditions are forecast to persist this week. Sensitive to near critical fire weather conditions are forecast this week, especially Wednesday and Thursday. Spotter information statement: spotter activation will not be needed this afternoon and tonight. Serving Orlando and vicinity, this is NOAA Weather Radio Station KIH 63, the voice of the National Weather Service. This broadcast comes to you from the National Weather Service office in Melbourne, Florida, on a frequency of 162.475 MHz. A required weekly test of the NOAA Weather Radio Public Warning System is conducted each Wednesday between 11 a.m. and noon and again between 6 and 8 p.m. If severe weather is expected, this test will be postponed until the following day. The forecast for the Orlando NOAA Weather Radio. Wind chill readings in the lower 30s. Thursday, sunny. Highs in the mid-50s. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lowest wind chill readings around 30 in the morning. Thursday night, clear. Patchy frost after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, mostly sunny. Not as cool. Highs in the upper 60s. Friday night, partly cloudy. A slight chance of showers after midnight. Not as cool. Lows in the mid-50s. Temperature rising to around 60 after midnight. Chance of rain 20%. Saturday, considerable cloudiness. A chance of showers in the morning. Highs in the mid-60s. Chance of rain 30%. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Cooler. Lows in the lower 40s. Sunday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 60s. The 6 p.m. weather roundup. Orlando International Airport, under partly cloudy skies, temperature 48 degrees, dew point 39, humidity 71%, the wind north at 12 miles per hour. Pressure 30.17 inches and steady. Orlando Executive Airport, under mostly cloudy skies, temperature 50 degrees, dew point 38, humidity 63%, the wind north at 8 miles per hour. Pressure 30.17 inches and rising. Elsewhere, Kissimmee, clear, temperature 51 degrees, wind north at 9 miles per hour. Winter Haven, clear, temperature 48 degrees, wind north at 9 miles per hour. Sanford, with cloudy skies, 50 degrees, wind north at 9 miles per hour. Leesburg, with clear skies, 47 degrees, wind north at 8 miles per hour. DeLand, clear, 47, Daytona Beach, partly cloudy, 48, northwest wind at 12 miles per hour. Melbourne, clear, temperature 51 degrees, wind northwest at 9 miles per hour. In Stewart, partly cloudy, 57. Ocala, clear, 46, variable wind at 6 miles per hour. Tampa, partly cloudy, temperature 50, wind north at 7 miles per hour. In Jacksonville, partly cloudy, 45, wind, calm. Miami, partly cloudy, 58, wind northwest at 6 miles per hour. Once again in Orlando, the temperature was 48 degrees, under partly cloudy skies. The latest marine reports. At the buoy 13 nautical miles northeast of Ponce Inlet, air temperature 54 degrees, north wind at 21 knots, gusting to 27. At the buoy 13 nautical miles northeast of Ponce Inlet, water